Hello and welcome to Kelly's Cooking on the Cheap. Today I just thought I'd bring you along with me to help me work on finishing up dinner. We're having chicken and dumplings. This morning I got the chicken, the can of cream of chicken soup, some water with some chicken bouillon powder in the crock pot. My husband put it on at lunch. So it's been cooking since 12:30, quarter to 1. So now what I'm going to do is go in, stir it up, and shred up the chicken, and then add the biscuits. Now, once I'm done with the biscuits, whatever's left, I'm going to attempt to make a dessert with the rest. So we'll see if they turn out. So let's get started shredding up the chicken. Oh, and I did preheat up my oven to the temp that the biscuits say, which was I think 350. So it'll be ready by the time we're ready. So here we go. Let's get started. I love these crock pot meals, especially this time of year. So let me pull out the chicken. I did both dark meat and white meat. I was just pulled out 2 different packages I had from the freezer. I let them thaw out a little bit overnight in the fridge. So I think I got it all. So I'm going to take a whisk and just whisk it up. If this turns out to be a one-night meal, that's fine. Or, with leftovers, it'll be a lunch. All right. So let me get the chicken shredded. I hope everybody's having a good week. It's been busy, and it's went by very quickly, as usual. I'm glad tomorrow's Friday, Halloween. If you have kids, what are they dressing up as? Mine's a little too old now to dress up, so we'll just turn our light on and have trick-or-treaters come. Probably grab pizza or something and just enjoy the evening. Kind of looking forward to it. Last year I did the Papa John's pumpkin pizza to try. It was good, but I don't know if I'll do that this year. Yeah, the memories on Facebook have been popping up for me with my boy the last few days. Today was when he was Woody from Toy Story. And let's see, another year he was John Cena. And another year, let's see, I think he was Darth Vader one year, or Stormtrooper, or both, over a couple of years. I miss those days, but it's not like it was when I was growing up. Back then you didn't have the trunk or treats and you got to actually go to neighborhoods and do it. Seems like a lot of neighborhoods are getting away from it, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's good that they have more local places you can trust. But nothing beats going to a neighborhood. I know my in-laws, where they're at, they get a ton of trick-or-treaters. They don't have the trunk or treats like we do here. All right, we're almost there. I figured with this, I did have just a package of just plain chicken tenderloins, but I figure dark meat would give it some flavor. So are you guys more of a white meat fan, dark meat fan, or does it matter? My dad he's not a big dark meat fan. He'll just eat the chicken breast. I know when my mom was still here, when she'd make chicken and dumplings, she'd sneak in a little bit of dark meat in it, but with my mom, she would always do rolled out dumplings, but I like the drop dumplings better, and I would do those. But I don't have any baking mix like I did last time, so I just grabbed biscuits this time around and to do. And I was thinking today that I always have some biscuits left over, so I figure we'll try a dessert. All right, let me get this popped. Does it scare anybody when it goes off like that? All right, I'm gonna start. We'll probably start off with 3 or 4. We'll just do 4 to start off with. Here's my knife. I'm just going to cut it in half and then thirds after that. I usually just drop it one in at a time so that the liquid can kind of get around it so they don't all stick together right off. I like how these expand quite a bit once they're cooking. A lot of recipes, I think, say cook for half an hour, but for me, I've seen like I usually have to do it for almost an hour. Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to high. So just however long you like the biscuits cooked, if you do it this way, just do it enough time before you want to eat. So one more might do. We'll see. Well, dump those. How many left? 4. We'll just do one more on the safe side. Yeah, with the survey I did a while back, I am thinking about what I want to do for, I believe, a casserole, and then the other one as well. I haven't forgotten. I'm playing in my mind what I want to make for those. So, and I'm still thinking about doing another rotisserie chicken here soon, so be a lookout on it. So I got the biscuits in, got it on high. I'm going to cover that back up. So in the meantime, I've got me about a little over a stick of butter. I'm going to heat up and melt. So let me get that going. Sorry for all the banging. So I'm going to move this over. Wipe my hands down after doing that. And I've got another dish here, and I am going to put some sweetener and some cinnamon. I had to get rid of my sugar because it went out of date, so I'm going to use stevia. I'm just gonna, if I need more, I'll put more in. And let me grab the cinnamon. And it's pumpkin pie spice. I do have another can of pumpkin I forget about in the pantry. Maybe I'll do a pumpkin dessert too. So let me get that mixed up. It's going to be almost like a donut in a way, I guess. But here, I'm going to move you over. And if you see my coffee, I had to eat some up. There it is. Got to have some coffee for the evening. All right, let's see if the butter is done. Yep, there's the butter. Move that up. Let me go over. Sorry about that. I'll grab the sugar. Here's my pan. I would have put it in the oven to preheat, but it would have been kind of hard to get biscuits on there in the oven. So, oops. All right. So let me get this tightened up for you. My boy's got lucky and he's got tomorrow off. Feels like the schools have a million teacher institutes anymore, which is not fair. I feel like I got gypped when I was younger. All right, so here's the biscuits. Got 3 left. Let's see, I'm going to try and split them in half. All right, so I'm going, here, let me put this over here. And this over here, to start off with anyway. So I'm just going to drench it in butter. Then over here with the cinnamon sugar. All right, and then put it on. All right, there's I probably did a little too much butter, but that's all right. Probably have to get more sugar here in a minute. All right, so let me get the more sugar. Let me wipe my sticky hands off. And there we go. And more cinnamon. Speaking of Halloween tomorrow, does anybody ever go to the haunted houses? I haven't been through a haunted thing for quite a while. I remember one time going with a couple friends in junior high. It was scary. But it was fun. All right, one more biscuit. And we'll see where we're at on sugar mixture once we're done with this. All right. It looks like it's good. Used about half the butter. So, oven is ready. Let me move this over a little bit better. Oops, I'm going to leave that there. All right, so as I lick my fingers off from the sugar, I'm going to put this in. Let's see, I split them in half, and this says to cook for 13 to 17 minutes. So I'm going to put these in for about 10 minutes and then check them. So we'll come back once they're done, okay? So stay tight and we'll see you in a few. Okay, we're back with the biscuit dessert. I did end up going ahead and cooking it pretty much to the directions of the biscuits, in case if you're wondering. But let me take a little sliver off, because I'm trying to save the rest of them for dessert later, or snack. So I had let them sit for a couple minutes before I came back with you. So here, let's try and give it a shot. They do taste like cinnamon sugar donut, but more biscuit than donut taste. But it's actually pretty good. It would have been better if I had more sugar, cinnamon in the bowl, where it got more on it. But with what's on it, it's very good. Would recommend it. So I just thought it was a better use of using leftover biscuits than just to cook up the biscuits and freeze them. So we'll check back in about half an hour once our chicken and dumplings is ready. And in the meantime, I'll get some apples ready to go as a side. So come back and we'll see how it turns out. So enjoy so far. All right, so we're finishing up dinner, getting ready to plate. So here's how mine's looking with the biscuits in there. Let me dish up my boy's plate as he's standing right behind me waiting on it patiently. So here, so here we go. And here's his fruit, apple with peanut butter. I peeled off the peeling because since he's got braces, it'd probably be best for him not to be having that extra crunch. So enjoy. Hope you have a good